This is T from Teaquilts, and want to welcome everybody into a later chat. It's an hour late today. I've had a full day actually. I have been out all day. I just got home about 15-20 minutes ago. So I have been trying to get myself organized so I can come in here and deliver to you guys this chat. So that is what is going on today.
At St. Louis College of Pharmacy, part of
Um, I'm gonna open up this chat comments. Hopefully, let me put this volume down. I forget that part when I'm on my real cell phone because my other phone is set up, but it's not charged. So it's set up for reading, but I haven't charged it in about 2 weeks. So let's see. We've got Delia Short in here, Liz Wilson, Bev Dixon, Carrie Richard, Maddie Barnum, Angela Stringer, uh, Betsy is here, and Bonita Nance, Damali J, Remo JS, Georgia B, Guess Who Nancy, my brother Ray, Pearl Medina, Brenda Foley, and hold on. Thank you, Remo. She's reminding people to go hit that thumbs up button as well. Damali, like I said, Damali, Shirley Peters, Miss Topaz, and T. Roberts, Janice Miller, Craft with Love, Peggy O'Connor, Lena Dean, June Hansen, Melina Montoya, and I think that's it for right now. Teresa McCormick. Teresa McCormick and Betty Ward, I think I got packages from you. I'm going to assume that there are optional block packages. I haven't opened those. I'm going to open them hopefully this weekend so I can get them organized so I know how many people are actually in this drawing so I can get it ready to go. So that's what we have. Vivian Calvi is here. So, such a long day. Hey, Lisa. um, it's been a long day. It's been a great day, but it's been a long day. What have I done since last Saturday? First of all, Wednesdays are normally my catch up the week deals. So I was working on those bowls. I did finish the bowls, the 8 bowls. I finished those 8 on the live. We stayed late so that I could finish those 8. I did not sew anymore. I have not been back in this room actually. I have been working on quilting. So I quilted 3 quilts. I had the custom quilt back loaded and I took it off so that I could do edge to edge designs because it'll go a lot quicker since I had a lot of quilts that needed to be quilted. So I quilted 3 quilts for a customer, and I'm working on Paula's quilt right now. Got her, the African one, the one with the African prints that she used. I'm quilting it now. I started it yesterday, but since I wasn't here at all today, I couldn't get it done. And I had to stop working on it yesterday because I had to pack up the quilts for the lecture that I had today. Been doing a lot of paperwork. Um, it's a lot of stuff I've been doing. I can't even keep up with it. Oh, I was making more 30 fat quarter bundles because I had sold out again. I just saw it get darker and now it's back lighter, so that's weird. But I made um some more 30 fat quarter bundles. Um let's see. Lecture today was at Calico Needlers. Um They meet at a library. Very nice meeting room setup. I haven't been at the library in a while since pre-COVID, and then it's probably been a little while before then for conferences. So this particular library has really nice tables. They're on wheels, and then stackable chairs. So it makes it easy for them to set up and take down the room when you can just roll the tables instead of having to pick them up and needing two people. You just kind of roll it, and I guess the top must flip over so it can be stored. But it was really nice setup room that they have there. A very nice and talented group of quilters in the Guild. Got to talk with a lot of them. Sometimes I don't remember everybody's name because I have so many people talking to me, but I did get to chat with some individually. We had one new quilter, and it's nice. I think she said she got pulled into doing the Bonnie Hunter mystery last year, and she didn't even know what she was getting into. But she said she got all the pieces done until it came time to the setting, and then she was done. She said she didn't finish it. But I showed my Bonnie Hunter one at the meeting, and it's still half done. Okay. And part of the reason it's half done is that I got quilts in this lecture. It's my COVID, my experience of my quilting during COVID. And so I've got a lot of my quilt tops in that lecture packed. And so what I did while I was there is I pulled out all of my quilts that are incomplete. You all wouldn't believe that my large pineapple quilt is not finished. And it's not finished because I haven't sewn the binding to the back and I'm doing it by hand. But it's about, I don't know, about easily 10 tops that need to be quilted that are in there, and then about 4 quilts that either need binding or need the binding hand sewed or machine sewed to the back if I change my mind about how I'm going to do it. So I had a very great experience. That was a morning guild meeting, which are always nice because then I have the rest of my day to go do what I want and not have the early part of the morning worrying about the guild meeting later in that day. So it was always nice to do that. Hi, Helena Carter, Sue GSD, Mary F, Zandra Oldham, C-Rax, Kevin the Quilter. See who else. Katie Crafts, the Debt Free Quilter, which is Heather. Kathleen Champ. So yeah. So I did get invited by one of the members saying that they were going to go somewhere to have lunch. And I declined doing that because I had my own agenda set up. So the reason why I'm late is because we have 4 quilt shops in my own region where I live. And they've spaced these regions pretty big. And I had to go to 4 quilt shops. Well, I was already going to be by 2 of them. So I decided that I would go ahead and go to those 2 quilt shops. One was in the next county. The other one was about maybe 2 or 3 counties from the other one. So I decided that I better go do those. And then once I got to the second county, I decided, well, you may as well go ahead and hit the other 2. Well, I was I'd say about an hour, about 45 minutes away from home at that point. The next place was going to be about 2 hours, 15 minutes, 2.5 hours away because I'm now using county back roads to get to these quilt shops. So I decided to go ahead and do it. Just spontaneously decided in my vehicle that I'm going to go to this quilt shop. So I went to Iberia, Missouri, and then went to Salem from there. And I was going to be late or getting there right on time in Salem. I was going to get there at 5 o'clock. So thank goodness that she has her quilt shop in the old home on the farm. And so she just needs to walk across to the other house to be at home. So that worked out very well. So she didn't mind staying a little bit for me to get there. I got there at exactly 5 o'clock. And then I did some shopping. When somebody's holding their shop open for you to look around and stuff like that, I made sure that I just bought some stuff. Didn't need any of the stuff I bought, but I just bought it anyway because of her being so kind. And then I was able to wrap up this region. So that's kind of what happened today. I was actually out shop hopping. When I got through with her, I had like 2.5 hours from home from there. And 2 of the highways were still rural state highways. And then I had got onto the major highways. But yeah, so it's just been a long, long day. And then back roads, they're pretty, but they're curvy and they're hilly. And yeah, it's nerve wracking. The speed limit is 55, and then you go around a curve. It's like, hello? I do want to live once I go around the curve. T says, Miss T, one of your guild members shared her gorgeous stacking wax she made at Quilt Retreat. I have not looked at any social media today, so I'll have to get caught up on that. So if anybody has email me, text me, or tag me, I'm going to have to go look at all of that later. I have not seen anything. I'm just getting in here. I have not even had water, okay? And I need that badly, but I'll get it right after this, and I'm going to eat. I need to eat too. Shrivia Henderson is here. Mona Did What is here. Claudette Bett is also here. And Bessie says those roads are like roller coasters. Exactly. And when on some of them, you'll be at the top of a hill, and then you can see like the next 4 or 5 hills. You can't even see all of the road because the dip is so low. It is gorgeous as far as photographs are concerned. Driving it, it's okay, but then just don't put a curve on that part. But it is really pretty, and it's no dips in it. It's nice and smooth, but it's just like, oh my God, what is up ahead? And you don't know if it's a car in those dips. That's how much dip is in those hilly roads back in the country of Missouri. But it's very beautiful. When Kevin and I went last week, it was prettier because the colors were very vivid and bright. Now the colors are more of your reproduction colors. They're kind of duller, but they're still there. So it's better than no color at all. But compared to what we saw last week was prettier than this week. But I had a great time anyway. Rhonda Barlow is here, reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. Dolores Felt's here. And Sue says Salem is about 45 minutes from my cabin. Girl, I never thought I was going to get back home from Salem. I was almost to Raleigh, okay? Sheila Willis is here. Paula says, I've been on roads like that somewhere in the mountains of North Carolina. Yes, I have driven to South Carolina, and I never could figure out if I'm going south, why am I going up mountains? That's the thing that doesn't make sense to me in my head, but I fully know that it happens. But we were going through cave tunnels and everything, and I am never driving this again. It was nerve-wracking, especially if you're doing it in the dark. Sheila Willis, I think I said. Sandy Agger is here. Deborah Quilts is here. Hold on. I had to show somebody's message. I don't know why it did that. Elaine Doucette, Frances Jackson saying she paid the rent, hitting that thumbs up button. Wash Your Hands is here. Joyce Baker. Kathleen says lots of freeways here in Northern California going to and going through Sierras. Oh my God, that would just drive me nuts. It's just some places I don't want to drive. Sharon Lewis is here. Sound like you had a good road trip. I did. And Kathleen's also reminding people to hit the thumbs up. So that's what I'm going to just share with you all today. If we got any new people in here, you can ask any kind of questions you have. Or if you're not new, you can ask a question too. We'll do the best that we can to answer those. So that's always good. Bonita, is November the month deposit for retreat? Yes, it is. And I'm going to be sending that information out. I have not been at my desk because I've been on the road with Kevin, and then I've been trying to get some quilting done that was important. Somebody needed to have it right away. So I'm trying to get some stuff done. And then I also need to edit video for the next optional block that's coming up too. And I need to edit the video for Christine's cosmetic bag that I made that I did all the changes to. So it's a few things that I've been trying to do and I've been ignoring it. I do need to go ahead and pay this retreat deposit, I guess, out of my own money because um I want them to make sure that they hold our spaces. I have decided, Benita, just in case you missed it, is that I'm not going to give a total amount due for retreat. I'm just going to ask for the just a non-refundable deposit to be put on the list, and then we can go from there. Because what I'm hating to do is tell people that retreat costs one price, and then in January it's going to cost another price, and then in 2024, if food costs go up, the retreat center has the right to raise the fees like they did this year. And then they also have the right for the bus company to raise the fee. And I haven't even scheduled the bus yet, but then they have a right to raise it also because of gas. So that was just two variables that could change. And she said even the retreat facility fee wasn't set because they haven't even gotten 2024's retreat number. So I'm just going to go with her estimate. It does not have the additional 5% added in, but what I'm going to do is just, instead of telling people what retreat will cost, I'm going to ask people to give or to pay a deposit fee, and then in January, I guess, when I get the right numbers, then that money will become non-refundable. But in the interim, I guess I'll have to go ahead and send in the deposits for everybody for 28 spots, if that's the case, I guess. Oh my goodness. But I feel like I should easily be able to get 28 people because it seems like a lot of people want to come. So if somebody can't make it, and it's and then when I give the final price, if you decide you can't do it, I'm going to give you a couple of weeks or something like that to decide if you want to go, and then I'll give that money back at whenever that deadline is, early next year. But then after that, that deposit fee is non-refundable. But that the fee, what I'm asking everybody for, is to be put on the list for retreat. So I'm going to be making a list. And the reason why I'm doing it different is because you all don't realize how many people I communicated with last year about retreat, getting people on lists, getting everybody's information, didn't get a dime from them. And I'm just wasting my time. And I'm not one to like to waste my time on myself. So I'm not going to allow others to do it anymore, I decided. So in future, in order to even be put on a wait list, you're going to have to pay the deposit just to be put on the wait list. That way I know you're serious about retreat. I had so many people on the wait list, and then when their name came up, because I tell people all the time, you never know what's going to happen in people's lives. They may not can't come. Emergency happened in their family. Maybe themselves, something happened to them and they can't come. So you need to be having your money saved up, ready to go. So in order to even get on my list this time, so I'm not communicating with you, I'm not sending you all this stuff and then not getting any responses back. And then when I even reach out to say I have a spot available, I still don't hear back. Retreat's going to be a lot different this time. And like I said, since I do have to pay to hold our spots, but I'm going to try to not make it non-refundable, and because I'm not giving you a total retreat cost at this time, but it is going to be a cost for you to get put on my retreat list. So, but I do plan to do that soon. It will be a November date because I'm trying to do it before Christmas. CJoy Creations is here, saying thumbs up. Phyllis G is here. Liz Wilson. Laughing out loud, T. I've nearly come to a complete stop before going over some of the hills, just in case there's a curve or Lord knows what. I mean, I didn't build that road right. Yeah, some of them were really questionable when you were just looking at them. Do you have the dates in 2024? I don't have them. I don't even think I put them on my phone. It's instead of the third week, we're going to be the third Tuesday. I think it starts the fourth Tuesday because those dates were already taken, which I find amazing that they're taken and you don't even have prices. So we could not get the third Tuesday in 2024. We're now at the 4th. So I'm going to have to figure out something for my scrap club, or I'm going to have to leave retreat or something. I don't know what I'm doing at this point, but half of my people, well, not half, I say at least 5 of my people are also in scrap club that attend. So it's going to be interesting. Sue says, what do you need as a deposit? I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ask people for $100 deposit for their retreats. And then that's because they wanted like a third. Was it half or a third? I can't remember now. It's been a while. I have to go back and read all this paperwork. I think it was a third of retreat price that they wanted, the total retreat cost. But I did talk to them and explain that we had only paid a minimum amount last time, and then they let me make the other payments. And I said nobody had informed me that this had changed, and so they did make it so that I could send in $100 to hold all of our, $100 per spot. So $100 times 28. I got to send in $2,800 to hold our retreat date. So that's what I got to do. So I'm going to be asking everybody for $100. And then, like I said, once January comes and they get me the real dates, I'm going to send those out to the people that are on the wait list only and see who is still interested in retreat with the new prices. And then I will go from there. You'll have 2 weeks where your $100 is refundable. And then after that, it's non-refundable because technically I've already paid that money. And then we'll start making payments due from February, probably through June. And then for those people, retreat will be paid. If you actually made the retreat list, it will be paid by June. The reason why I'm doing that, even though it's not until the following year, is I was dealing with people that were still paying retreat payments, as well as dealing with people that were canceling for things. And I only want to deal with the people that are canceling. I don't want to be collecting money and refunding money and trying to get replacements at the same time. It was just too much of my time, too many emails going on at the same time. So if I can get everybody paid by next June, even though it's a year out, then I can start working with when people have issues that come up. Then I can start dealing with those issues. And then I know how much money I have that I can spend on retreat as well. And I know how much money I can spend to hire a bus, that type of thing, because I do want to schedule my bus a year out. So that's why I'm doing that. And last time when I scheduled all of this stuff, it was all Teaquilts money. I had no money from anybody. And I just don't feel like that's a great business thing to do, even though I was able to back it. I think I need to at least have something that's in my coffers, as they say, to guarantee that I'm not going to end up with a loss if everybody jumps out of retreat, which I don't think will happen, but you just never know what will happen. And so I need to make sure that I'm protecting myself because I'm signing contracts as well. Winona Mixon is here. Can we go ahead and send it in now? You can, but it's still going to go back to I'm still going to have a list that's going to go by the date that I get. You still got to fill out registration paperwork and all of that. And I don't even have that form updated. So if I was initially trying to have it where you could just do one form, put on there if you want a t-shirt, all the other things, like I was having issues with, like collecting more money for snacks and all of that kind of stuff. So I was trying to put it all on one form, but I think what I'm going to do is just do a very basic form, name, address, how much you're paying, as far as the deposit amount, and then I might ask the question, do you want me to pay for snacks at the retreat center, or do you want to bring snacks, or do you want me to do snacks like I did in 2022? So I'm going to have a little survey question on there so I know what to do. And then maybe the next one that comes out when I get the actual dates, then I can have all the stuff about t-shirts. And again, I would be estimating prices on t-shirts, because how can I price t-shirts you know, a year out, a year and a half out. So I'm still kind of guessing and pricing. So I'll probably just up it a couple of bucks from what we paid this year. I'll just increase t-shirt prices like that and go from there. So it's all a little bit weird. I'm confused. June and November. June will be when final payments. I'm trying to make it so the final payments are all paid by June, July of 2023 for the entire retreat, Rhonda. And then the $100 is due in November. It will be November that $100 to put your name on the list is out there, with the intent that since you don't know what the retreat will cost, that you can get it back up to the 2 date notification I'm going to be sending you once I get that information in January. Will it be handicap availability? I don't know. I do know that most of the room doors were wide. I used my mom's scooter, so I was able to get in and out of places that have elevator. So if you got a wheelchair or something like that, yes, you can use it. As far as walking, there is some walking that's involved with this retreat. So if you can't walk very far, you got to go to your meals. The meals, it's a good little distance to go to the meals. And so you may not want to do this particular retreat, or you may want to rent a scooter, because that's what I did. I went and got my mom's scooter. I had an issue with my leg. You should not have to be responsible for everyone. I know, but I got to make sure they don't get rid of my dates, girl. I can help with gifts like the last retreat if you want me to, from Deborah Quilts. We need to talk about that. Remo says, come on, everyone, thumbs up and step out and step back in, pay your dues, show your love and support. All right. So that's it for the question. So I keep forgetting to bring up retreat. So that was a good question. This is actually not something that I just bought. It actually came. This was the kit that I told you all that I bought from By the Yard. And she was going to mail it because she was blowing up the pattern. And it was the office place didn't have them for her to mail. I think she just needed more. She ran out, and it took them a little while. Maybe they having trouble getting big pieces of paper. So this is a kit. It has the Missouri panel, which I've shown you all in a previous video. All the fabric in the whole collection is here. And it's like about 8 or 9 inches of each fabric. So that's good. I think I can't remember how many she said. I thought she said it was 18. And then this is the background. I like it. It's got all kinds of words on here. Gateway to the West, Missouri, the Cave State, the Show Me State. So it's got different words on here. So I really like that fabric. And then this, I don't know what all this is, but this is Steamer Seam 2 by the Yard. I have never bought Steamer Seam 2 by the Yard. I always buy it in the packages, the sheets. And then this is some interfacing inside of the pattern. So I'm assuming that I need to, let me see if it's fusible interfacing. I don't know. I don't know. And of course, I haven't read anything, but all of it is in here. And then this is what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to make the big pattern. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to buy the kit. So yeah, that's pretty big. And it's still folded one more time. Okay. So yeah, I decided to just get the kit. And I don't know if these are like not my colors, but I thought if I did do something with the blocks that I have, that I can at least put this on the back. Or if I know somebody that might be interested and love it, I just might give it to them as well. So I haven't decided yet what I'm doing with it. But I did want you all to know that By the Yard did send my kit. Hi, Joe Carmel. Sharon telling Joe Carmel to get ready for another line dance at event. Girl, while I was in the car riding in the country, all these songs was coming on. I'm like, is that a good one to do? Is that one a good one to do? I may have to get another bag. I don't know how she got all this in here. It won't even fold again. I'm going to fold it like this and just stick it in here. It's not going to close. Set it right here next to my desk. All right. I hope I haven't missed anybody's comments. So the first shop I went to, the rule of the day is don't buy fabric. So we're going to buy patterns, okay? So I went to Also Personal, which is the quilt shop that was closest to where I was doing my lecture. And I got their pattern, and it's, hey girl, hey, let's quilt. That's cute. Hey girl, hey, let's quilt. So that's their block. And then I decided to just get some patterns. I got squares surrounding squares pattern. I thought this might be cool with my African prints. Like that. And then I got 2 more patterns. So that pattern was $10. None of these were on sale. I was just buying something to be in there. Like I said, I treat this like a museum admission fee. The next pattern here is Box Trot by Creative Solutions. This one was $9. And it's got various different sizes from lap size all the way to twin. So lap size, long lap, lap throw, and a twin. So it had different sizes. I thought this one again would look good with African prints. If you coordinate, since it's not that many prints, if you coordinate them very well, then maybe that will look cute. So I'm going to try that to see what happens. And then another one I thought would work well with my African prints. And on the Villa Rolls, I just don't show the backs of these guys. So this is the pattern here. And it's called M2 squared. And I thought that would look cute as well with some African print. So just supporting the store. I walked in and the owner did walk up to me and started chatting with me and said that I don't know if it was a friend or a co-worker, one of her workers, said that Kevin and I had been on the shop hop. They seen some of our videos where we were going to the different stores. So Also Personal is one of those stores that I go to. But the ironic thing is, where I am, it's closer for me to go to her Illinois. She has a shop in Collinsville, Illinois. So I actually visit her Illinois shop. That's where I buy all my Bernina stuff. And I didn't even realize that the store over there had Bernina because I thought they were all Janome over there. But I always go to the one in Collinsville when I need stuff for my Bernina. So that was pretty cool. Joe Carmel talking to somebody else. I went to a K Facet lecture like Sunday. I started to tell myself not to buy any fabric, but who was I kidding? Yep, I fully understand. I went to the second store. It's called Susie Q. And hey, Tiffany of Tiffany's Quilting Life. I'm trying to see if I can find her block in my receipt. So Susie Q Quilting, and it's in Wentzville, Missouri. And Also Personal is in O'Fallon, Missouri. So much fabric, so little time. And it's got like a clock with wings. So that's pretty cool. This shop is actually closing. She announced it a couple weeks ago. When she first announced it last week, it was like 20% off. This week it was 30% off. So her percents off to me went up pretty fast. I had no intentions of spending any money in this particular store due to some personal reasons, but I decided to go in and treat her exactly how I treat all my other quilt shops at this point. I did have some controversy. I think some things have happened on social media and that I've seen, and so I think I was getting the anxiety from that. And I even mentioned, because at one point I was about ready to walk out of Susie Q quilting, and I told her, I said, you know what, I'm not your problem. I asked a question, and then it's like panic mode starts erupting. So, she calmed down, and we still were able to communicate, which was a good thing. But yeah, I spent $60 with tax in her shop. And of course, we're not buying any fabric, so I didn't buy any. This just popped in my bag. I got 2 yards of this fabric. It's called Fractal Flowers by Studio E. Or did I get 1 yard? Hold on, let me see. I got 2 yards because in the store it looked like it was black background, but I'm almost wondering if this is blue background. But I've been buying blue backgrounds with colors too. So that's what this is. And it was $8.71 a yard because of the 30% off. So this is the information here on the selvage. Okay. So that's one piece of fabric that I did not buy. I like box trot with bright stripes. Yes. Vicky Barnes is here. Sharon says, T, what are you going to do with the squares you collected from the quilt? They got patterns inside the magazine, which I think I left in my car, unless it's in the bottom of the bag. And so I do plan to make something with them. I'm just not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm not sure if I'm just gonna like ignore the Missouri fabric and just work on a front, or because I really don't like all the fabrics. But since she gave me a piece of every piece of fabric, I'm gonna look at them. They're just not brights. They're more fall-ish color, more male-ish colors. So yeah. Okay. And then what I saw first when I entered the store was this stripe. And y'all know that I noticed this right away. It's the Chungawang lady from Timeless Treasures. This stripe gets out of stock all the time. And so I ended up getting 2 yards of it just so that I could use it, because I got a lot of panels by her and they all are in the same colorway. So I decided to get 2 yards so I could put this up. And let me see what it's called. I know it's Timeless Treasures. I know it's Chongawang is the designer. Its pattern is Pavilion C, number 6323. And let's see what is Butterfly Pavilion is what it's called. All right, just so you know. I got 2 yards again. And then I touched this fabric. It was just pretty. Flowers. And so I just got it, just pretty. And then when I started reading the selvage, it's called Karina by Chongawan. And it's the same lady, but this was her first line before she started doing more of the primary color quilts, the rainbow style quilts. But this is really, really pretty. And let me see if it has a number on the other side. Number 6500 in the Karina. It's the name of it. So I got a yard of it. I thought maybe this might go with my mother's panel that I bought in case I needed something floral with florals, because I do have some tone on tones ish type prints. So I got this just in case I need a floral. And then I got 2 yards. I had just seen this boutique advertised somewhere. And I go, this is a weird boutique. Have you all ever seen these boutiques here? It's the same thing, but it doesn't look like batik. It actually looks like a flannel. And then when you touch it, it's a batik, but it's the way that they dyed this to get this particular type of pattern. I just thought it was weird, and it was $3.99 a yard, so $4 a yard. So I got 2 yards of this one because it was bright colors. And then I got 1 yard of this one just because it wasn't as bright. So again, $4 a yard for this. So Sue says, yep, Susie Q is a shop I won't go into. And a lot of people have said that, and and I have said that years ago, and then I go back in, I'm trying to be, give the benefit of the doubt. I go in being positive, and then it's like, I think she's been roughed up over shop hop, and she probably can't handle it or something. I don't know what the problem is, but she's closing. Unfortunately, she's closing, and she seems very. Oops, I dropped my mic. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Yeah, but she's closing, and she seems very positive about it and up spirits about it. So hopefully that's, how it is. And I just wish her the best. That's all I can do. Yeah, I tried twice. Okay. So then I told you all, then I started going to the store that was the farthest away from me, just in case I didn't finish everything. Then I could go to the one that was closer, being 2.5 hours from my house. The other one was like 3.5 hours from my house. So I'm trying to pull it off the bottom because we're not buying any fabric. We're only buying patterns. And this fabric was 30% off. She had a 30% off section. Now this shop is called the Quilt Shop in Iberia, Missouri. And her blog says, cooking is for those who don't know how to quilt. That's cute. Now, my experience with this shop, and it's just my experience only. I go in, and I'm sure that there is some pre-stuff happening prior to me entering this store. Like, this shop hop has been going on since September 1st, okay? So I go in, and she tells me about, and she welcomed me, met me at the door. It was 2 people in there, a younger lady. And she said, are you here for the shop hop? Because she was just going to go ahead and just stamp my book and let me go out. But you all know I try to look around and buy something at every place. Because I feel like that's all they feel people are doing is just running in to get stamped and then running back out. So I'm trying not to be one of those people. But anyway, I started looking, and I had pulled this fabric off the shelves because the clearance was right by the door. She had pointed me to it. So I'm about to walk around the perimeter. So I may as well stop there since it's right there anyway. And I think I might make my jacket with this. So that's why I got this fabric. And so I pulled it. And then I start walking around. About 5 to 7 minutes in, I realized I got to go to the bathroom. So then I start turning around trying to figure out where's the bathroom, because most quilt shops have a bathroom. I saw a door that was not labeled, and it had a pretty little 2-seater love bench in front of it, wrought iron, painted really pretty. It was decorated, had a couple cushions or something on it. So I just said, ooh, I'm trying to shop, but I can't shop. I got to use the restroom. I said, can you tell me how much yardage is on here? Because I wanted to make sure it was enough to do the jacket that I want to do. So she was doing that, and I'm trying to ignore, I've already said it once. I'm trying to ignore it. And so when she was still unwrapping from the boat, I think this is 3.5 yards that she ended up just charging me 3 yards for. And instead of 30% off, she gave me 40% off, because anybody that was shop hopping got an additional 10% off. So yeah, well, no, she charged me 3 1/4 instead of 3.5. That's what it was. She charged me 3 1/4. So I'm standing there. She's telling me what the stuff costs, and I'm like, oh Lord, I gotta use the restroom. I said, and then she still ain't saying anything. And then my third time, I go, is there anywhere close around here that I can use the restroom? Is there a service station anywhere? There's a Casey's down a couple of places back. I said, really? Because I didn't see it, because I was too busy looking at my GPS, and it had just dropped me in the middle of a street. And so I'm trying to find where I'm supposed to go. So yeah, so they do not want you to use their restroom there. Now I can fully understand, because I've been in a couple of the restrooms, even one today at a very nice place, and the toilet was a mess because somebody went in there and had an explosion. And they don't even tell the people. They don't even say, can I clean it up? I made this mess. They just leave it, and then it looks like whoever goes in after them has since then made this mess. So yeah, so I can fully understand. And then it was funny, because I'm trying to get out the shop. I don't checked out, trying to get out so I can get to the restroom. And then the older lady was with another customer, and then she comes over and she goes, were you the lady that was in the Facebook group that bought one of the shop owners a cup of coffee? And I go, yes. And she's like, well, that was really nice of you, and we need to have more people that are kind like that. And I go, well, I'm trying to spread kindness, and the whole time it's like, I got to use the restroom. So for that fact, and that fact alone, I probably will not be going back to this quilt shop. Because you're out in the middle of nowhere. Casey's has a one stall bathroom, like a family. Maybe it was a women and a men, so it was still like one. You go in, you lock the door. I just prefer to be in bigger restrooms and stuff like that, cleaner restrooms. And so, yeah, I probably will not go back to Iberia. That was quite a ways for me to drive and then not be able to use the restroom when I get there. So that's not going to work for me as a shopper, although I fully understand what's going on. But anyway, this fabric here. Oh my God. I just go all off topic. Harvest Road is the name of this fabric by Leela Boutique, made by Moda. And remember, I was telling you that they have stuff that they put quotes. I'm so glad I live in a world where there are Octobers. That's the quote on this one. And the stock number for this one is 5103. And it's very simple, which is what I wanted. I want a background print for a jacket. And I don't want the print to be overwhelming, because I don't know if I'm going to use solids with this or if I'm going to use bold print. So I haven't decided, and I might not even use this fabric, but it's just circles and they have lines in the circles. And I don't know if that part is showing up on the screen or not, but I got it because it was a cool color if I'm going to do some brights with it. So it will tone down the brights. But I don't really know. But I spent at this store $25, $24.99. And we're not buying any fabric. Whitney says, is it possible to join the Bohemian Quilt Along? I emailed but haven't heard back yet. I must have missed your email or something. Or maybe, I don't know. Email me again. I thought I responded. Sometimes when I respond to people, stuff goes into the spam folder. But if I haven't responded, I'll try to search for Whitney in my email and see if I can find it and respond. And I'm sorry about it if I missed it. People love that floral fabric. And they saying those fabrics don't look like batiks. No, they don't. Peggy saying, I love your positivity. I tried. It wasn't holding very well. Um, uh, chocolate treat to my girl. You need to carry chocolate covered kisses to exchange for bathroom time. Girl, if I'm spending money here and you know I got to go to the restroom, you need to let me use the restroom. I could have came in there and went right back out. Rich says, hello, T and my quilting friends. Love your fabric. Love the fabric you didn't buy. Exactly. Exactly. The last one I want to show you. No, this bag actually came from the quilt shop that had that blue fabric with the circles, and I just wanted to show you all their bag because I have not been getting bags from places, but I just wanted to show you that they had a really pretty bag. And I got it because it was a paper bag. Otherwise, we tend to just leave their bags. We put bags in our car. So let me take out more stuff, more fabric that I did not buy. And let's see. This is my passport. I need to take that back out. I'm trying to figure out, like, what did I do with the receipt is here. And it's in here. So she put it in here. So I need that. So this is called Quilter's Journey in Salem, Missouri. I'm not easily distracted. Hey, look, fabric. So this is her quilt block. And soon as I stepped in the door of this shop, I realized that Kevin and I had been there on that previous shop hop that we did in Missouri. And that was my first time. And when I first went in there, I was like, I didn't remember the outside at all. And then as I got in there, it's like I started remembering that there was a sale room, and then there was a room that had like patterns and books. And she has a long arm on the other side, and then she has fabric when you first walk in. It's like it's a house. I think it's their old homestead, and then they built something bigger on the property, and so now they live over in the other side, but they use the old house for a quilt store, and it could easily go back to a house because it's got a full bath, it's got a full kitchen. All of that stuff is still there around the fabric that she's piled around it. So they never did dismantle. I don't know if it's hooked up, but they didn't dismantle the inside stuff and take it out. So this was the lady that actually stayed and waited for me. So I actually spent money in her store because she stayed over to wait, even though she was across from the one house across their own property to the next house. She didn't have to do that. And so I appreciate her willingness to wait. And when I went in, I said, I'm going to come, I'm going to buy something. I'm going to be really quick. And she was like, don't worry about it. Take your time, look around. And she was just a really nice shop owner. She didn't remember me, but after I kept shopping for a minute, I was like, for some reason, this feels familiar to me. And I said, I think my friend and I came in here, and she still didn't remember. When I went to go pay, I pulled out my Discover card, and I have the rose gold Discover card. And she says, I remember you now because when I saw your rose gold card, the next time my card was due, I went and got me one. So she don't remember me. Really? But she remembered that I was the one that got her. That was the reason why she got a rose gold Discover card. Okay. So that was pretty funny. Um, I'm trying to make sure I didn't meet. Okay, thanks, Whitney, for sending that again. Um, I'll be sharing that information later. Liz, she's asking me what type of jacket and fabrics because I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. This is a test right now. I don't present anything that I'm not sure of yet. Paula says you are a totally different person when you have to use the restroom. So just show me the restroom. Right. Or when you're hungry. So I try to make sure that I'm not on the road hungry, so that I'm not gonna freak somebody out, because I can act real crazy when I get hungry too. So it's like I can't shop. I just stopped shopping. I had probably looked at the first wall, and then I had got almost to the end of the second wall. And I was like, I gotta use the restroom. I gotta get out of here. It's time to go. Those are some pretty fabrics that you did not buy. Exactly. So I went into the second store and I saw, look at this deliciousness. You can't even see them all. I got 3 pieces, guys. This one here is a black background. And again, I told y'all about me and these black backgrounds with colors. And I don't have to open this up because it's all the same. Just gorgeous. And it's more again on that pastel line. Remember, I bought a piece that was pastel. This fabric was $9 a yard. And then she don't have the percent. I can't remember if she said it was 10%. Let me see. 9 at 10% is 90 cents. So it had to be more than that. It had to be then 15% that she had off for anybody that was shop hopping. Because I bought 3 yards of this and it was $7.65 a yard when it rung up on sale. Should have been $27. So that's more than 10%. Could have been 25. I don't know. But anyway, let me read the salvage on this. And I'm almost wondering if I bought this before, but I said I didn't really care if she's going to give it at $9 and whatever percent off she gave me. But it's by Dan Morris Designs in 2020 by Quilting Treasures Fabrics. And that's all the information they have on here. This is, remember I told you about, he's the one that they do all the screen prints. And I don't know if Quilting Treasures, all their fabric is screen printed now. So you don't get as much information on the salvage. You don't even have color dots or anything to go with it. So I bought, again, 3 yards of fabric that I'm not buying. These are a yard each. I can't tell you if these are the same fabric lines or not. They were up on the shelf together. Again, this one here, to me, it's black, but to me, it just want to look like it's navy. But I think it's just because of the blue that's in here. It's just weird, but it is black. I kept thinking it was navy in the place, but it's black. Bought a yard of that, the same price, $7.65 a yard. And then I purchased this one too. I have not been buying a whole lot of stuff with flowers, but I don't think I have much with blackened flowers that are like decent flowers. They're not like taking over the whole print per se. So I kind of like that. And I like the little circles, the dots in the background. I don't know if you all saw that, the dots in the background. 1 yard, again, $7.65. So if I'm already buying fabric and she's cutting it, why did I step into the clearance room? Okay. Because that's what we do. That's what we do. Linda Denton is here. Hey, Linda. Catherine. Hi to you as well. I don't know what your last name is. And T saying, looks like the fabric Tucker has for you. No, the fabric that Tucker has is different, if I'm not mistaken. It's bright. These are pastels. The other ones are hard jewel tones. I bought this fabric out the clearance room. Let me make sure I get the right price. It was 1.5 yards of it, and it was $6.78. So I paid $10.17 for this piece. And it's just one of those dream. I think on her boat, now that I see this, She said this line is called Dream Big. And I said, you mean Dream Big that got the big panels? And she said, no, it's just the same words. But because I'm like, that's not by Quilting Treasures. But that's what this line I think is, or maybe it's just called Dream. But she said Dream Big. But it's got positive words on here. And y'all know I like text fabrics. And so that's why I got this. Pretty, it'll work with all of my brights as well. And so it was in the clearance room. I was surprised that it was in there. So a little bit cheaper than the other fabrics, and her fabrics were already discounted. Then I've been saying I'm going to go to Darlene Fitzgerald, and I'm going to buy all of her polygon tools, and I haven't done it yet. And she does, you know, her polygons, you sew them on machines, you just stop the 1/4 of an inch. And so it's not hand done. And so that part I do like. So I went into the clearance room and she had 3 of her rulers. I don't know how many she has in this series, but now if I want to finish out the series, I don't have to buy the whole pack from her. I can just buy what I'm missing. And again, these were in the clearance section. This one right here is the polygon tool. I'm thinking it's going to be the first one that came out. And it's regular, a $14 ruler for $8.37. So I do want to do that. So I got that one. This one was $15 on sale for $9. It's the Polygon 3 tool. So you use different tools. They all match up together with each other, and you can do different designs with them. And then this is the Polygon 2. And sometimes you might use 2 and 3 together. You might use 1 and 2 together, or you know, you just depends on the particular patterns. And then on the back she has like various different things that you can make with the tools. And then in the clearance room she also had patterns. They were originally $10, and so they're marked down to $6. This one's called 5 Rings, and then on the back of the pattern it tells you which tools you need to make this. This one's called Garden of Eden. And this one is Bending Star. And then the last one is Matchmaker. So since they were in the clearance thing, I decided to just go ahead and get them because I have been thinking about doing this. I'm in her group, but I've just never participated because I don't have any of it, because I was looking for the book. I said, well, let me get a book. But the book wasn't in there. But when I saw some of the patterns, I go, that's enough for me to at least get started and see if I want to go any further with this. I made sure that the patterns that I got used the 3 tools that I got. So I wasn't just buying a pattern and then look up and I'm missing polygon number 4 or something and I can't do it, because I think she's up to 5 or 6 by now. So I got that. So at this store, very nice owner. I just shopped to support her, basically, because she was nice. She stayed. If she would not have stayed, it would have taken me another 2.5 hours to go to her shop, another 2.5 hours back home. So that would have been 5 hours of driving just to get this stamp to finish my region. So I rewarded her. So in this store, I spent, with tax, $109 in her store. Okay. Kindness goes a long way. That's all I'm saying. You know, I could have spent a lot more money at Susie Q, but I said, you know what, you've done enough, especially when fabric is 30% off of first quality fabric. You know, I could have spent a lot more in there. I could easily go back to Susie Q at any time. But yeah, that's where we are. Thanks, Tiffany. I can't even report it. So yeah, but yeah, so that's basically how my day went. So I got to now cook something to eat. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of my few hours left. I might finish Paula's quilt tonight, because after I eat, I won't go straight to bed. So, or either that, I got to watch television because I haven't watched any television. You know, Wednesday is my television night. So I haven't watched any of that. So I would do some of that. But what I might do is wait for the repeats to come on around 11. And so I might go cook me something to eat. I just might chill a little bit because I need to do nothing. I've been sitting in the car, my back hurts. I got out the car and I was walking like an old lady because I didn't realize my on the ride home I didn't stop. It was about a 2.5 hour ride, and I'm just in the car. I got my cruise on, so I don't have my feet on the pedals or anything, and I got the car that will speed you up and down, reactive cruise control. And so, it does the driving of the gas pedal for me. So I don't even have to worry about running into any car or anything like that. So, yeah, I'm just chilling. I get out that car when I got home. I could barely walk. uh-uh. Rich says, T, you are so nice. I just try to reward people that are kind to me. That's all. How many regions have you finished? In the Northwest region, we went to a shop that was not open. I'm considering that done because I'm going to add a photo of me in front of her place. So Northwest region is one. We've done the Northeast region, which is Hannibal area, into Central. And then we've done the East Central. So there's 5 regions for Missouri, and they need to split this up into like 9 or something. But you've got the West Central region. I've only done 4. And there is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 more in that region. I don't know if I'm going to continue or not. I have to make that decision. And then in the South region, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 in the South region. So I got like 21 more stores. So I've been to 49 stores at this point out of the 70. So yeah, I got a pretty full passport here. This whole region over here is the South region. We haven't gone to one store in the South. And then this is the other region here that needs some help. We only went to 4. So I have some decisions to make, but I got to get some work done because I got a lot of stuff I need to do. So I'm going to have to get some work done. I got still people I got to meet this week. I got to meet somebody on Friday. I got Scrap Club on Saturday. So I have other things that are also taking my time. But it's all good. I'm happy about everything. I'm happy about where my life is. I just get busy at certain times, and then I where I'm not at home, and that's when I can't do anything at all at home if I'm not at home. At least if I'm at home, like Betsy was really nice. She brought her quilts to me because I normally meet her. So when she offered to bring her quilts to me, that was really nice because then it saved me the 30 minutes each way to or about, because we talk. And so it saved me from having to get dressed and go out the house and do all of that. So I appreciate any kind of time where I can multitask. So I try to do that a lot. Betsy says, enjoy your dinner. And beautiful nun fabric, right? Jacqueline Vaughn says, T, do you still buy AccuQuilt dies? New dies are coming out. The penguin is cute. I will tell you that I'm not one of those people that buy a lot of the applique or animal type dies. I'm just not into animals. I'm actually scared of most animals. I'm only tolerating dogs that I know. And if I had to have a pet, it would be a cat because they're mostly self-supporting. I just got to clean out the litter thing, and that's about it. But there are certain things I like landscape in nature. I don't really care about the animals per se. I'm interested in farm animals and and I'm learning about food production and stuff like that. But as far as animal stuff, I'm just not really a fan. I'm not really a fan of a whole lot of AccuQuilt applique dies. Like I'll do the stars, the circles, your basics, but when it start getting into the gnomes and even Halloween stuff, it just doesn't do it for me. I have a couple of their applique dies. They probably still brand new, like they're out of the package, but they're probably still brand new, never cut a piece of fabric. So yeah, unless it's a star or a circle. So no, I will not be buying the penguin dye. If it's something that I need to buy, I will buy it. I just feel that the prices kind of went up, and what they're selling us for selling stuff on sale for now is what we pay regular. And I do know that things have gone up. I just felt like it was just a dramatic price increase. So I'm waiting on like really good sales, and I'm going and right now I got too many AccuQuilt dyes. I know I got easily 125, 150, probably more than that, because I got cubes. If you're counting all of those dies, that's 16 dies per each cube size. I got quite a few collection of them. So I got quite a few AccuQuilt dies. I just need to start using the ones that I do have. So that's where I'm at with AccuQuilt. I am still an affiliate. I still believe in the product. I understand that things have to go up according to what's going on with them behind the scenes. Also, everybody knowing that AccuQuilt's been sold, so you got new people, and I'm just waiting these new people out, so to say. So that's probably why you haven't heard me say a whole lot about AccuQuilt. If you are going to buy something from them, I would encourage you all to please use my affiliate so I get a kickback from it. But I'm not trying to encourage anybody to do anything that I'm not currently doing right now, because I'm in wait mode. I'm in the wait and see mode. I want these management people to have a year under their belt to see what their numbers are. And I have only reason I purchased something from AccuQuilt was because I got a gift certificate. So I did purchase something this year, but it's because I got a gift certificate and I had to pay the balance on what was due. But I still believe in the product. I don't know anything about this new management company, but I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful, and I'm hoping that they can either find a way to lower prices a little bit. So it's a die cutting is an expensive part of the quilt making process, and I'm just hoping that they can find a way to reduce the cost for us quilters some kind of way eventually. And I'm not saying that they got to do it right now, but maybe eventually they can find somebody else to make the dies and things like that. So I walk like an old lady without all that driving, Tina. That's funny. Oh wow, that's a lot of stores you have been to. Yep, that sounds like a shop hop that needs to be split up maybe twice a year. And people were, I don't know. People were saying that they think it needs more time because of how big. You don't realize how big Missouri is until you start going from one rural store to the next rural store, and then um you're all on you're all on back roads where, you know, and it's not any major highways. If you take the major highway, you're still going to end up on some back roads, and you just went around the long way to end up in the same. So you're going to still have a whole lot that's not being done. All right, so I was just trying to make sure that I reported that to YouTube. So yeah, so it just depends on where you are. It was a lot. Kevin and I felt like it was a lot when we were in the, what was that region, northwest region. Yes, northwest region. It was a lot of miles between. In the east, northeast region, the stores were a little bit closer together. They were about a half hour, and it was on like a major two road for the most part, highway. When we got into the next region, this stuff is just spread apart when you start getting into the rural area. So it was a lot. You need to work, make money for more fabric. Did you find the fourth cord? It was not in the case. I did go back and check the case that she put it in, and it wasn't in there. I did find that it's like a generic card, a generic power cord that I can probably see if one of my singers or even the brother that I just got, see if that will work with it. So I will try that. And I have two, three, I have to count them. I got 3 singers where I'm not using them, so I can easily pull the power cord temporarily, but I have not. I need to read because I went and looked at a video on how they thread this fall. And if it's anything like what I saw in the video, because I still haven't read the information yet, you need a PhD to thread a fall. But once it's threaded, what's nice is you can take the thread out the needle and run it back through the guide, and you can actually wind the bobbin while your machine is threaded. So that was weird. So it's some interesting stuff I saw. It wasn't exactly my model that they showed, but I'm thinking that it's probably going to be a lot of the same. Yeah. So it was a lot of driving. I didn't even clock my miles today. So I'm gonna go fix me something to eat, and then I'm gonna just sit and chill. I think what I'm gonna do, I probably won't quilt tonight. I don't know, because I'm gonna go eat, and then I'm gonna by the time I cook me something to eat, and then I eat it, and then get situated for bed. All of my programs, they should start repeating at 11. So I'll quilt until 11 if I have time after I eat. And then I'm just going to watch television for the rest of the night. I'm going to chill. It's been a long day. So, good night, Ray. Good night, T. Enjoy your dinner. It was nice chatting with you all. Bye for now. Good night. And Bonita saying good night. Catherine saying thanks. Rest well. So yeah, it's not that bad. Most FOF threading is about the same. Yeah, I think it's about the same, but it's like it wraps down, come back, and you wrap it up into something up in here, and then you come back down. It's like that's too much. And I think what it is because we don't see it on the regular machines, and it's on the outside on the FOFs that it looks just complicated. But I'm sure once I use the book and thread it, that it'll be fine. But anyway, so I'm going to end here, guys. I'll see you all Saturday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for 2-hour live sewing chat. Y'all know what we're going to be working on. We still got these bowls back here because I still haven't sewed any. I only got the 8. That's not going to work. They'll fight over that. So we still got bowls. I got like 9 more cut out, and I probably will have to cut out some more because, you know, I also had given these out at retreat. So I never did count what I cut. I had 24 people at retreat, because I think I still sent it to the person who had paid and didn't attend. So I gave out 24 at retreat. So, and I've used about 2 or 3 of them in my own house. So yeah, so I cut quite a few. I didn't worry about what I was cutting. I just wanted to make sure I had enough, and then we just put them out. And so these are what's left that I'm making. So, but we're gonna end here, guys, because this is what happens when I need sleep. But you all stay blessed, be safe, and quilt out, everybody.